Oh my God.
Blake Hortsmann is finally getting real about what went down in Paradise last season. And he isn't holding back. This is your Bachelor Brief. So we all know that Blake had a pretty rough time on Bachelor in Paradise last summer. As Bachelor Nation can recall, the reality star's escapades at Stagecoach became a main focal point on the season. It was revealed that he had hooked up with both Kaylin and Christina on back-to-back nights, and he had to deal with all the repercussions on the beach.
What's going on?
We know each other, dude. Like, just like acknowledge me, like talk to me, like don't ignore me and make me feel like this dirty secret. Like I literally am walking on this beach and not enjoying myself because I feel like a slimy, disgusting secret that you're ashamed of. Like I'm sick of it. You've literally like told me to lie for you and I was willing to lie for you.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it was a mess. Well, now Blake decided to do an Instagram Q&A and he spilled it all. First, he went off on BIP producers and claimed that they convinced him not to take Hannah Goodwin on a date. Well, okay, so this is going to be a long one, but I'm off contract. When I received the date card, I 100% planned to take Hannah. I even left my interview saying I was gonna take Hannah. When I walked out of the interview, 3 producers sat me down for close to an hour and convinced me to take Tayshia. It was 100% my decision. They didn't force me or anything, but at that point, I really truly did trust the producers, and they had my best interest. Obviously, I was very wrong, and they didn't want me to be happy with Hannah because that would have very much ruined their plans for the season. And when asked if he would do the hit spinoff again, Blake admitted that he still has pretty bad PTSD from it. Quote, "It's hard for me to trust anybody now, let alone producers and anyone in front of cameras. People change dramatically in front of cameras." But Blake also confessed to his Instagram followers that he still doesn't regret sharing Kaylin's private text. We're sure you remember those texts we're talking about, but here's a little refresher.
I know that it's not good, but I feel like I have no other choice but to release those. And I hope Kaylin can forgive me one day, but with my character and my name being attacked like that, I feel like I have no other choice. And maybe, some of that was edit from Kaylin, and maybe, they spliced together some of her conversations. I don't know, and maybe she can address that later, but I don't know what else to do. I'm not trying to go and attack Kaylin, I'm just trying to get my truth out there. I hope none of you go and attack Kaylin. I truly hope that she has a chance to talk about what was spliced together and what they didn't show, and maybe she was saying other things, but right now I feel like I have no choice.
Quote, "I will never apologize for defending myself against lies that were serious allegations on national TV. It sucks it came to that, and I wish I didn't have to, but it did," Blake wrote to his followers. When this all went down over the summer, Blake's pal Wells Adams shared to Access Hollywood the advice he gave Blake.
Yeah, I told Blake that he just needed to be on, there was just so much kind of information that kept on slowly leaking out, and I was like, you just gotta be honest with everything. You just need to sit everyone down and just kind of just level with everybody. And I think he was just nervous. I think there was so much that he didn't want to have come out, and he was hoping it wouldn't. And I mean, you got to know it's going to, eventually. So I wish he had been a little bit more honest. I think I told him that a couple times. And then I also told him, keep his head up, and, it's always darkest before the dawn, all those kind of, trite cliches. So I feel bad for that guy. What the show does for people who are on it really kind of spotlights the good and the bad. No one's really ever as bad as they are on the show, and no one's ever as good as they are on the show, but it definitely gives you kind of an understanding of who you are. Dean is a good example of this. A couple years ago, he thought he was doing all the right things, and he was like, I'm telling all these women the truth about everything. But when watching it back, I think he realized, whoa, there are things that I need to work on for myself. And so I hope that Blake is able to do that. I hope there's some good that comes out of seeing him look so bad on TV and realize that, wasn't being the guy that I wanted to be, and so now I need to strive to be that person. So, I don't know. Got a silver lining this thing, I suppose.